Welcome to Nostalgic Necro, and today in the arena I'm excited to showcase this deck because I've been experimenting so hard in the background with this Kavaero Terra Bringer of the Gift deck. Man, I'm so almost like tired from it. Like, I've run so many experiments by now and I feel like this is the best version that I've come up with, and I want to showcase it to you guys. And the main reason that I think this version is better is because it does something that I think people aren't currently anticipating. You see, what I've realized playing a lot of this deck and running lots of experiments is that everyone knows the trick now. The trick used to be get Kavaero, find Cavern of Souls, get around the counter, and you just win. And people picked up on that, and so everyone's adding some sort of graveyard hate or some way to stall that game plan. So you'll see Strategic Betrayal, for example, to exile the graveyard. You'll see the Flanker to exile the graveyard. Tidebinder will, prevent the ability from happening, and the Jeskai's Revelation can bounce the Kavaero back to your hand, and then they just take over the game with their 2/2s and stuff like that. So everyone's prepared for this trick, and what I realized when I was playing one game against Omniscience is they use this as a way to mitigate that. They use Dispelling Exhale, and what they do is they'll get 6 lands, and then they'll play Kona, and then if you try to kill Kona in response or something like that, they will just counter it, and because they play dragons, oftentimes it's a 4 that you have to pay instead of 2, and then they can safely get down their Kona tapped, bring down Omniscience, and take over the game from there. So I thought, let's try something similar. Now, the reason I've gone for Dispelling Exhale is because we do play Terror of the Peaks, which is a dragon, so there's some synergy there. Of course, the Kona deck is better because they are trying to get the dragon into, they're trying to keep it in their hand, the River Regent, whereas we're actually trying to bin our dragon and get it into the graveyard. So it's not as good a synergy, but I still think this is the best counterspell. If there's a better one that you know of, please let me know. I'm happy to change this to something better, but this is the one that I'm going for today. And then that's the main thing I'm testing today, whether the Dispelling Exhale can actually get around all of this graveyard hate stuff and just give us some advantage. Now, the other thing is this, that's like the more minor thing, is I've cut out the Town Greeters. I don't think this is the right card for this deck. I know some people do. I just think that in a deck that has to find Kavaero as quickly as possible, you're going to lose the game. Using a card that doesn't actually fetch you Kavaero from the mill is not optimal. And so what I've gone instead is I've gone for 4 Ardents first of all. And this is really good because it gives you an alternate win con. You see, the main win con of this deck is the Terror of the Peaks Bringer to deal direct damage and hit your opponent in the face. And it's great because it gets around the authority of the consoles and everything like that. However, because Ardent gives all demons haste, this gives you another win con because the Bringer is a demon, and so if you can reanimate, let's say you don't hit Terror of the Peaks, but you get a bunch of the Bringers in your graveyard, then you can reanimate the Bringer and then get the Ardent back with it. If that's also in the graveyard, everything gets haste and you can swing for massive damage. It's often not as good or as lethal as the Terror, but it still whittles down their life total and puts them under huge pressure. And then, of course, Ardent is just very good on its own. So if you're in a real pinch and you can't find the Bringer and you can't find the Terror, sometimes you can just reanimate Ardent and then, just sort of stall the game while you look for your pieces. So that's the one thing there. And then the other small thing is that I've cut down the Overlord with the Bailmurk to 2, and I've gone for 4 Dredge's Insight and 4 Cash Grab and the 2 Tempest Hearts. My reasoning is very simple. The one is that I think that the instant speed into action of the Tempest Heart and the Cash Grab are really good, I've realized, because again, opponents are anticipating things. So if you are playing this during your turn, they know exactly what you're up to, but sometimes the instant speed can just sort of take them by surprise a bit. So that's why I've gone for that. I really like Tempest Heart and 4 Kiora now because it just gives you a lot of ways to sculpt your hand, because the last thing you want is to get stuck with Terror of the Peaks and Bringers and Ardents in your hand and you just can't discard them. So 6 outlets now to sort of sculpt your hand. So that's why I've gone for those. And then it really came down to Dredges versus Overlord. And I'm not sure if this is the right thing, but the reason I've gone for Dredges for an Overlord 2 is because the Dredges lets you pick up an Overlord, whereas the Overlord doesn't let you pick up a Dredges because the Overlord is only a creature that's non-avatar. So this has a better chance of keeping the mill train going, because if you pick up the Overlord, you can pick it up with the Dredges, but if you mill the Dredges, you can't pick it up with the Overlord. I'm actually not sure if this is optimal. If you guys have a better idea on how to optimize the whole mill thing to find Kavaero, maybe it's like 3 and 3 or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, this is what I'm going with. And as always, I may be the Nostalgic Necro, but I'm putting my nostalgia aside because I'm so sick of people using Strategic Betrayal and Flanker and Tidebinder and Jeskai's Revelation to take out my Kavaero, and I'm going to try and get back at them with this Dispelling Exhale. Let's find out how it does in the arena today. Okay, man, I've been struggling with Kavaero. People are prepared now. you don't just get to pull it off most of the time. Everyone has their thing to deal with it. So, I don't know, I'm just going to try putting counters and see if that changes some of my luck here, because it ain't good right now. Get this down tap so we can go for green. We can find Kavaero. Please don't have the cub. Feels like they always have the cub, right? Okay, they don't have the cub. It's kind of good. Patchwork. Okay, we actually hit Kavaero. That's good. So, trying to maximize my life here. Get this down on human. Okay. Next turn we can Tempest Heart the Bringer. Or we can just cash grab and then next turn Kiora. We need to find land. That's the key here. And it takes a turn to tap, so they're not attacking. Cub. Can counter the cub. Let's counter this cub. I mean, we got time, right? They've done nothing this turn, and this card lets them scale like crazy. Let's counter it. Another Dispelling Exhale. Okay. I think we can pay 2 life here and go for Kiora. Is this a blocker? Get this in the graveyard. Another Kavaero. Let's just reanimate something else when it comes down. Because I don't think we're going to need 2 Kavaeros against them. I don't think this is that kind of matchup. Sometimes you want to hold 2, but I don't think this is the matchup where you need to hold 2 Kavaeros. Maybe they play into the board. I don't think we need to block here. Try hold 1 more turn. Sorry, opponent. I do know how frustrating it is not to hit your lands. Do know how frustrating it is. I empathize with you, although you do have 2 Lenoir elves, to be fair. Yes, to be fair. Okay. I could have gone for the Dredges play and then gotten Kiora online. I mean, got the Octopus. It's pretty good. Pretty keen to let the opponent sort of play into the board here if possible. Let's just do this. Okay, I'm not gonna block again. I am blocking. Not feeding under too much pressure right now. Let's hit the opponent. The opponent doesn't play more into the board, so maybe they kind of see what I'm trying to do here. Okay, now that we got Arden, I think it's the right time. Get the Cavern here. I think it really matters what we take. Get another Arden, but I think we don't need to worry about it now. I think we're going to go too far ahead with this Kavaero hit. They're going to get 1 Badger Mole. We're going to get a whole bunch of hasty demons. I think it's going to be fine. Could have waited 1 more turn maybe. But this will be fine. The Arden doing haste is good. Oh, they got the Tidebinder. That's exactly why I put Dispelling Exhale in the deck. That is exactly why I put it in there. So I just didn't expect them to have that, to be honest. So we're going to have to do this. And game goes on. My fault, though. Yeah, so that's actually exactly why I've got the Dispelling Exhale in the deck, and I didn't even use it for the right reason. Oh boy. Okay, we'll try and hold it up correctly. We still have a good shot here. Got an 8/8 Octopus. Got Dredges, got Tempest Heart. Okay, that's the thing. Everyone's prepared. And you just have to, if you have time, try find the counter. That's something I need to just get better at. Okay, Drenith. We're gonna maybe have one turn here to set up, hopefully. Okay, they flash in this thing. We have an octopus, so let's go for dredges first. Try hit land or another Kavaero. We have one Kavaero that I burned in the graveyard because I didn't think I'd need another one against them. Okay, we hit another Kavaero, that's great. So that's good. And just do cash grab now. Try to hit land. Okay, I'm gonna go for land this time, not another Kavaero. It's like this. And no attacks. And if they have another Tidebinder, we'll try to counter it this time, but we need to make sure they don't have 2 mana. Right now they can generate 4 mana. We'll try to catch them this time with this trick. I don't know if Dispelling Exhale is the right card, because we are trying to get our dragons in the graveyard. But I wasn't sure what else to put. I just ended up going for this. So right now, they can pay 4. So we need to get them to tap out. I don't think we can risk another one of these things. Another one of their... Okay, that's good. Oh, they're fully tapped out now? Okay, that's very good. They're fully tapped out, so now we can safely just counter this, right? They've got nowhere to generate mana. Yeah, okay, we'll just counter this. Okay, and now we can safely do the Kavaero thing. Oof, boy. Okay, well, that kind of worked kind of as I'm expecting. I mean, I made a mistake with the first counter, not anticipating that he had the Tidebinder. But man, everyone's got some trick for this now, and you just got to be aware of it. If you come in one-dimensional, I feel, with Kavaero, you're going to struggle. So that's what I'm trying to fix today. Okay, nice to start with a win there. Kind of hopefully justifies the Dispelling Exhale, although I'm still not sure if it's the right card or not. Kona goes first. Guess we keep it. Get this down on green. Now get this down on... Oh, we need green, right? Don't have any other... If we, oh wait, sorry. If we get it down on green, then this will give us... No. We're gonna just have to get this down on green and find black later. Okay. Man, the whole Verge puzzle is like a whole little mini puzzle in every game. High Noon. How bad is that for us? It's not so bad. Right? Not really looking to do a lot of things every turn. Not aggro or anything like that. It does mean that we can't fight their... Can't fight their stuff with our counters. You know, during our turn, if we play Kavaero, they're going to be able to counter or bounce or whatever. So that's an issue. Interesting strategy by the opponent. So we're definitely going to take the Cavern of Souls because they control. We'll definitely do this. Gotta get this cavern. So we hit another cavern. So I'm going to actually go for Merfolk and hit you. Get this out of range of their counters. And we don't hit another creature to bin. We're definitely keeping you. The lands, I mean, the counters are okay. Do we actually need these counters now? I'm gonna do you and green. We need black, right? We got green, we need black. We don't have black yet. This won't give us black. Get rid of you. Could already got one down. Don't have black yet, right? This thing down. No, it's not activated. Control a forest. So this isn't activated. Okay, Lightning Helix is fine. But lots of these. I need another one to play. Okay, this gets it activated, so we'll play this for sure. Do it again. Does apply pressure on them. They have to deal with this card. Just keeps them busy. We've been 2 Ardents. Oh boy, I mean, if they got some way of dealing with the graveyard, we're so toast though. Guess we go for 2 Ardents. Next turn we can... Okay, let's start with an attack here. Create an octopus, please. The opponent here, it's pretty good. So we can only cast 1 spell a turn. So I'm going to do this now. So we can cast another one at the end of their turn. I'm trying to find this bringer. Okay, there's the bringer. Gonna have to hold up this counter. We don't need another Cavern of Souls. Okay, let's see what happens now. Do they have the graveyard? I already used up my spell. Okay, they didn't use it. So if they have it, they might cast it now. We have the Dispelling Exhale. But it's only for 2. Get lost is great. We just let them do this. If we counter it, then they got 2 mana. Theoretically, they could play the Rest in Peace. So I'm not fighting that. Okay, yeah, I'm not fighting that. Do we need to play this? They could theoretically have something at instant speed to deal with the graveyard, but I guess then they would do it anyways during our turn. I don't think we need to do this. Okay, let's go here. So we will get a bunch of Ardent Haster, so it's actually better to do this for combat. So we go for human. And hopefully they don't have a trick that I'm not aware of here. We always have a trick, but we would have the counters if they just didn't have this high noon up. So, okay, we do get the win there. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. At least this way you can hold up a counter. I'm still not sure if that's the best counter, but maybe it might be. But the other one is the one that gives the fish, but that's 2 blue mana. So that's kind of the trade-off there, because sometimes you get a bit bottlenecked on mana in this deck, so yeah. Okay, currently the counter idea is working pretty well for me, I feel. I feel like I like it. Let's see how it keeps performing. We get this down on blue, sorry, no, black. This down on black. Black. Tapped. Oh boy. Every little decision, gotta make sure it's optimal. It's very tough in the arena, I swear. Okay, so it's playing blue. There could be the mirror. We'll just go for the cash grab. I've got a feeling it's the mirror. Still not sure how to beat the mirror. Okay, we get the 1 piece. That's great. Kiora is so good against them because it applies pressure. Dredges lets us dig deeper. I think we got enough dig with the Overlord of the Baelmerks and stuff like that. Let's just apply pressure on them. This is going to be blue, right? Blue. Pay 2. Kiora. Maybe it's not the mirror. Okay, lots of surveillance. Don't need so many. So we've been 2 surveillance here. Okay. Still waiting to find out. It's not the mirror. It's some sort of control deck. That's good to know. It is good to know. Oh, okay, it's Dimir Midrange. It's quite a tough matchup, actually. Gonna have to hit the bringer. We do. We're gonna take Kavaero. Do you just keep Kavaero in the graveyard? That way you can copy the Terror. Then you copy the Terror and deal so much damage. double the damage. We have the Dispelling Exhale to try and pull it off. No, you have to take Kavaero. There's just too much of a chance that they have a trick, and then you need another Kavaero. Like, this deck has got lots of tricks to deal with it, with the Tidebinder and stuff like that. So I think what we'll do is we'll try to get it down. We just need one more land, actually. So because we want to be able to hit Kavaero. Okay. We do this. Kiora is not needed, I don't think. I don't think we need it. Go for this. I think they're going to counter it, and I'm going to try to win with the Dispelling Exhale Kavaero next turn. I'm expecting this to be countered or Tidebinded. Okay, they have the Phantom Interference. So I'm hoping that that makes them a little bit like keen to play into the board, because they think that we don't have a Kavaero now. Or they won't anticipate the counter spell. So I'm hoping that they just tap out a little bit here so I can go for Kavaero and counter whatever they try to protect it with, like their next Phantom Interference. Yeah, like if they go for Kaito now, oh, that's great. Okay, that's great. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, see, people aren't expecting this.
Don't be jealous of my
And
time to save the day. My
I feel
eyes
like
are sharp as my sword.
I feel like a lot of what I'm learning is like at Diamond, it's got a lot to do with anticipation. Oof, they've been the bat, man. That's lucky for us. We're lucky they didn't go for the bat. They went for the aggressive play. But yeah, see, no one's anticipating the Dispelling Exhale, which is why this play would generally could make more sense. I mean, they did fully tap out, actually, in fairness. But yeah, I think we'll just go for the Overlord first, because might as well just get more stuff into the graveyard. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Decline, we'll pick up, they're fully tapped out, Okay, do this, take the Bringer, and the Bringer comes down as a copy of the Terra. Sorry, Kavaero comes back with a copy of the Terra just to maximize the damage that you deal. So you can double the triggers now. Oof, okay. So yeah, I still think that the opponent probably made a guess that we didn't have Kavaero. And my hope was that they'd play aggressive from that point on and say, okay, this is my opportunity to really get ahead. And they did fully tap out, but let's say they tried to also hold up a counter or something. We had the counter to counter their counter, so currently I'm liking this Dispelling Exhale strategy. And man, this actually feels good, because I'll tell you what, I've been stuck at Diamond 2 for so long, and hopefully I can stay at Diamond 1 now, because every time I've almost hit Diamond 1, I've fallen down, so this is a good sign. Okay. We go first. I'm starting to get a bit of confidence with this deck. That's usually when the arena crushes you, right? So, got green, Cavern. Got lots of ways to dig, and we have ways to burn the Terra. So, of course, we need to find Kavaero and potentially the counterspell, depending on the situation we find ourselves in. Let's see what Hammer has got in store for us here. Waiting on Hammer. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Green. Oh my word. Huge pressure. Huge pressure right off the bat. So we've got to find Kavaero as quickly as possible. Okay. We're doing everything just to find Kavaero. We got this to bin, but I think you just go for max Kavaero right now. Everything's about finding Kavaero. Okay, that's bad, but it's not as bad as a Tifa, so that's something. Tifa is certainly worse than this, although, you know, Tifa is a once-off, whereas this they keep the counters. Nevertheless, Chocobos are slightly less scary. We do hit Kavaero, it's really good. We take that. And we play you. We got all the lands and everything. Oh, we don't have blue. We don't have blue, but it's okay. We got blue from this. Okay, so we just do this. I think we're going to be okay here. Next turn we Tempest Harvest. Tempest. Oh, no. I don't have blue to bin it. Damn. Don't have blue. Just realized that. Okay, we're going to have to cash grab, find blue. Okay. Don't have blue. Damn. Raveling Chocobo. Oh boy. Okay, luckily they haven't played the real big stuff yet. That's the one saving grace we have here. So, cash grab. Okay, we find Arden. That's good. We definitely take you because you're blue. You're also blue. So the question is, can they deal 12 damage next turn? Because we could go for Kavaero. We could go for the Arden play. Man. I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, they're gonna deal us 10 damage, right? So we have to do this. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, opponent. I'm thinking that sucks. So they're gonna definitely hit us for 10. So we have no choice here. We have to do this. Okay, we have to do this. We have to do this. Go for the Arden play. Try to find another Kavaero. We're just gonna stall them here. Maybe we can find another Kavaero. We don't find Kavaero. Oh man, I actually should have... I'm gonna attack here. Okay, there's another Kavaero. That's good. This is up to 15 here. Stuff gets big. It's big again. Okay. Oh, not having blue. Oh, they have the Bushwhack also. So it's enough damage to kill us. Oh boy. Good game by the opponent there. Yeah, damn. Okay, I just didn't have the blue to do the Tempest Heart. Otherwise, I had it. Had it, I swear. Okay, first loss. Okay, first loss there, but man, just a bit of bad luck. It's okay. You know, it happens. We go first again, that's nice. We do have the dredges to find blue. Oof. I'm gonna keep it, but man, not having blue is scary. Very, very scary. I think it's keepable though with the dredges. Enigma, Jewel. Okay, do we hit blue? We don't. We get Kavaero. So now we need blue. Damn, we need blue so badly now. If we don't find blue, we're so toast. Oh man, we need blue so badly of this top deck. Maybe I need to add more blue. Oh, we hit blue. Thank you, gods of the arena. So, do you just hold up the counter? Because you don't have the... I mean, their turn 2 play is generally very good. It's a synth. I'm gonna just hold up the counter. They're gonna do something big here, and we just counter it and just throw them off the game plan a bit. I don't think this deck generally plays ways to deal with the graveyard, so I don't think I need to hold it for that. We can hit the United Battlefront, or if they play this synth this turn, it's probably still a good deal for us. Waiting for the opponent here. Okay, I'm expecting the synth or something bad. They do have this, actually. I just realized this. They can add 2. Okay, they don't actually do anything interesting. I'm gonna hold one more turn here for the United Battlefront. I feel like it's coming, and I'd rather just counter it. Yeah, okay. I think that's a good... we don't need to behold a dragon. Yeah, we'll behold a dragon. Okay, I think that's a good situation for us now. Happy with the patience there. Okay, so we go for... Definitely Bringer, and then is it another Terra? I mean, it's going to be so much damage. But Arden's also good. Arden is good because it also gives everything haste, so we can attack all in. I think this is better. Okay, get this down on human. Yeah, I think that's better to maximize damage, actually. Could be wrong, but the Arden giving everything haste is pretty good. I might have another one of these United Battlefronts. What can you do? We only had one counter. I think we played that pretty well. They craft. Okay, they scooped there. They saw the writing on the wall. Okay, this deck is feeling good right now. It's feeling good. The counter feels good. I like it. I like it right now. Okay, we got the Overlord Terra cash grab. We go first. Start with you tapped. Next turn green. Okay. If we're up against control potentially. Quite like getting the Overlord of the Belmerk down against control. Just starts that clock ticking. For Kiora here. Kiora also is a great card just to apply pressure on them. One, two. So we need to find Kavaero. Gonna get this down. Let's do the dredges first. Apply pressure on them with the Kiora. If they want to counter it, it's fine. Okay, they do decide to counter that. I was trying to see if there's any way that I could go for double green. We're going to definitely get this down on human. I could have... whoops, misplay. I could have done this before combat. And, yeah. Could have done this before. And gotten Kiora nice and juicy with the octopus. Don't need you. Do we keep another Kiora? It applies so much pressure. I don't think we'll keep Overlord. Dispelling Exhale is great. That's a good card to draw here, I think. I mean, we might just be able to apply pressure on them here, force them to hit the sweeper. They consult the star charts, it's fine. Again, they're not expecting the counter. I think that's the key thing with this deck. They're just not expecting it, and therefore they're not playing around it. So they just think that they can, you know, sweep the board now or whatever. They're just not worried about that problem. So let's see if I'm right. If I end up with egg on my face. We have this impending Overlord, so they don't like that. They tend to like holding one more turn for the sweeper. And it's thinking here. We go for split up. I think we just counter that. I mean, next turn we're dealing them 11, putting them under so much pressure. Let's just do this first. Okay, Arden, Terra. Opponent scoops there. Why did they scoop? They didn't know that I had the counter. But, okay, I'll take that win. But yeah, again, just that counter, giving you a little bit of insurance. You know, you can figure out what you want to use it for. Ideally, you should be patient and hold it for their graveyard hate piece. But in this situation, I was thinking about counter-rigging it because I thought, look, I'm putting them under so much pressure. And one nice thing is, like, you can pick up the Terror of the Peaks then if you want to. And then, you know, therefore your Dispelling Exhale can be 4 mana instead of just 2. So that's pretty cool. Okay, gonna do one more here. And things keep going well for us. Dredge's Insight, we have Kavaero. This is a good hand. It's a good hand. I mean, for a 4-lander, it's really good. Arden in the bin is good. Arden in the bin is very, very good. Dredge's next turn, hopefully hit something good. Okay, looks like we're up against Control again. And there's the Dispelling Exhale. It's really becoming my favorite card to sort of just draw. We can just do this and Dredges. 3, 4. Just take another Kavaero. We got the Bringer down, we got Arden. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Hopefully they don't have something crazy like Rest in Peace. Okay, they don't. So now, put another Kavaero. This can just come down tapped. And gonna have to be very smart with our use of this Dispelling Exhale. Don't want to rush using it. Don't want to rush using it. This Terror of the Peaks must stay in our hand. Because that allows us to Dispelling Exhale for 4 instead of 2. So that's really important. So if we can get one more land, we can go for the Bringer Arden. It does put a lot of pressure on them, but they'll probably have the sweep of follow-up. Do nothing here. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Opponent is going for the stock up. That's fine. Stock up is all good. What we're going to do next turn is hit Kavaero. And yeah, we're going to hit Kavaero. They're going to have blue. Yeah, they got blue mana. So this will get countered, I'm sure. We can counter their counter. If they go for Rest in Peace now, something that'll be very nice. I think they got it. No, they just discard a card. Interesting. So, I think we just go for Kavaero and let them counter it. But they'll definitely counter this Kavaero, because that's why they kept 2 mana open. And that's fine. So we could counter their counter, but we wouldn't be... We wouldn't be dealing them that much damage, so it's fine. I think we just let that one through. But 2 more shots at it. I think we'll find a better opening. Bringer. Oh man, if I only had a way of getting this Bringer into the graveyard. Maybe that was my best shot, huh? Well, let's see if I end up regretting it. We're going to go for another Kavaero here. Okay, 3 steps ahead and they draw. So we counter that, we go... Oh, I think we have to let this one through as well. Man, I hope I don't regret this. I hope I don't regret this. Okay, we're gonna get you down on... I don't think it really matters. Black, tapped. Okay. Man, this next Kavaero is gonna have to be huge. Okay, that's good. It gets around the counter. We name human. Okay, doing this now. It has to be now. This has to be the moment. I'm hoping that they hit something like Jeskai's Revelation or something. I need them to not see this Dispelling Exhale coming. It is Jeskai's Revelation. I knew it! Ooh, I knew it. Ooh, I've been had by this card so many times. We don't need to behold the dragon, right? Yeah, okay, we just do this. Hopefully it's enough. It might not be. So we get back the Bringer. Bringer brings back... We don't need to destroy all creatures, right? So because Bringer will bring back everything from the graveyard, and then we don't get a shot with Arden. Situation's not actually that amazing right now. Because they're just going to follow up with a sweeper, right? I mean, this maximizes our damage outputs. Because we get a 6/6. I don't know. I'm gonna try this. Hopefully it's enough damage. So you're gonna be another bringer, so we can maximize damage. Everything has haste. Fortunately, the Arden just doesn't get us anything. So the opponent's down to 6 here, but they're gonna have a sweeper for sure. So that's kind of... we just weren't able to get the Bringer and the Terror of the Peaks into the graveyard. Damn. Well, let's see what they have here in store for us. They do have Split Up. Arden's still alive, incredibly. Okay, it will be dead soon, I think. Okay. I'm gonna go for this on red so we can maybe hardcast the Terror. I always forget about that. Red. But there's no point doing it now. Might as well... We play this, everything just dies. So we might as well just do this. Let them use their removal spell on Arden. Okay. We need them to not have a counter for this now. Hardcasting the Bringer. Do they have a counter for this? Then they've just got everything, right? They had the counter. We countered the Jeskais. Man, I felt like we gave it a good shot. I really did. I really felt like we gave it a good shot. Okay, that's good. 2 mana the opponent has here. They get lost it, but the trigger comes on the stack, so we get everything. Kavaero can come in as a copy of anything. Guess we make it a copy of Bringer. And another Bringer. We got lots of damage. Oh, the opponent scoops. They didn't have another sweeper. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That game really had me on the edge of my seat. And look, all I can say is I've tried this Dispelling Exhale thing. It seems to be working. I am currently managing to rank up with it. I am going to stop here because I've been playing way too much Magic over the past few days trying to fine-tune this Kavaero. But, oh, it's so close, it's so close. But I also know it can swing so easily the other way. We're going to try, we're going to try. Welcome back. I put my nostalgia aside because I was so sick of people using all their graveyard hate against me, and I wanted to take a trick from the Kona deck and add in the Dispelling Exhale. And I've got to say, I felt that the experiment was very, very successful. Of course, more games needed, but I can just be honest about my experience. Before doing this, I was trying a whole bunch of different things and I was really struggling to get out of Diamond Tier 2. I was just stuck there. You know, I'd try something, I'd win a couple, lose, win a couple, lose, and ultimately just end up back where I started. And as soon as I added this card, it just felt right. The Dispelling Exhale is just so good at dealing with so many problems, and you don't have to use it for the graveyard aid, is what it's there primarily for. But you saw in the one game we use it to counter other stuff like the Badgermaul, which is also a huge problem. So it can have utility outside of that. And is it the right counter spell? I guess the question is whether the synergy with the Terror of the Peaks is optimal, because we are trying to get it into the graveyard, whereas the Simic Omniscience Kona deck is trying to keep their dragon in their hand. So we lose a bit of synergy there. However, I still think it's the best option. The other options I was looking at was the Long River's Pull, which lets you target any creature, and if a gift was promised, you can counter any spell. So that's good because it gets around the need, to worry about how much mana your opponent has open. However, it's 2 blue mana, and man, 2 blue mana can be a bit tough with this deck. You do get bottleneck on land sometimes, so to try and hit 2 blue, I think might just end up hurting you more than it helps you. And the other interesting card is the Confounding Riddle, which allows you to counter a spell unless the controller pays 4. And you can also look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So I really like this card because it really, really helps with the whole synergy we're trying to do. It's perfect actually, because if we don't need the counter in that matchup, then we can actually just look at the top 4 cards and hopefully find Kavaero and bin everything else. So it's perfect, right? But it is 3 mana, and I'm just worried that, man, standard best of 1 is so aggressive and fast. That extra land to be holding up, also while trying to play the Kavaero in the same turn, because you need to hold up your counter to protect it, I think it's just going to be a bit too much. So that's why I haven't gone for that. And then the other small optimization I just have to do to the deck, I feel, is a little bit on the lands, because I got bottlenecked and not finding blue a couple of times, so I just need to look at that. And then the other thing is I need to look at the best combination between the Overlord, the Dredges inside, the cash grab, and stuff like that, because I'm like this. But man, it just feels weird not playing 4 Overlord of the Baelmerks. This card is so good in this deck and lets you fetch any non-avatar creature from your graveyard, whereas the Dredges is only from the milled cards, and that's such a huge advantage of the Overlord. So man, it's hard to cut it down, but anyways, that is what I went with. I'm going to keep experimenting, but that'll be the video for today, and I do hope you enjoyed it. And as always, stay tuned and consider subscribing, because there's going to be more un-nostalgic Necro coming soon.